Hey there, folks. Welcome to day 106 of my year of solo board gaming. This is Foggy, and we are going to be starting Alien Invasion Week. And we're actually just playing one game this week. We're going to be tackling the solitaire dice management game Under Falling Skies. It started its life as a print and play, but eventually had a really nice box set version. And the box set version includes a campaign, and there will be spoilers for that campaign over the course of this week, obviously. The campaign is 7 games total, which is really nicely set for us. So it comes in 4 different chapters. You do 2 games in chapter 1, 2 and 2, 2 and 3, and then finally in chapter 4, it's sort of a play until you win game where your goal is to basically use the cities that you have saved over the course of the game. So the way that this is set up is that each chapter for 1 through 3 will include 4 characters. We've got our colonel here, we've got our reporter, we've got our pilot, and we've got our mechanic, all of whom are characters that we might end up working with, we might end up not working with. And if we don't work with them, they died. I'm sorry. They died. We ignored their call and they died. That's just the way that the game was played. By the way, the unusual setup here is just simply because this is such a tall game. It will start up here, and although this comes down and has that great Space Invaders feel, it is difficult to get all of that onto one screen and have it still be visible. So you're going to see the top half of the screen here, and you're going to see the bottom half over here. So it should work pretty well. But hopefully that's not giving anyone vertigo or getting really weird. Or is tempting to be done as a remix. Drop a beat to it. Anyway, so you have four characters to work with. You also have 4 adventures to work with. I'm not revealing what they are yet. And then you also have 4 cities to work with. And the way it works is that you're going to randomly pick 2. And combine them. So we'll start with the characters. Let's start with the characters. That's probably the easiest thing to do. We're just going to not really pay any attention to what we're shuffling, and hopefully we have forgotten what's going on. And we're going to deal out the 2 characters, and I'm going to deal one up here and then one down here. And so we have the reporter and we have the colonel. And now we're going to take the cities and sort of just mix them up as best we can. And we're going to give 1 city to the reporter, 1 city to the colonel. We gave Rio de Janeiro and Havana. And then finally the adventures. We're going to mix these up again, sort of not really paying attention to what's where, looking up at the ceiling where I've got some lights. And let's go ahead and give her this one, and let's give him the bottom one. There we go. And then what's going to happen with these ones, these will form the second game in our chapter, in chapter 1. And we're going to do the same sort of decision making then. So we'll go through the same process with these, but we'll put them off to the side for now. So what we have is the colonel, and we also have, in Havana, help is on the way. So this is reinforcements. Shuffle all 6 numbered tokens and place them in a face-down stack atop one of your gray die. The die under the stack is not rolled or placed. Instead, at the start of each round, turn up the top token. After placing the other 4 worker dice, all ships in the column with no worker die descend the amount shown on this round's token. Resolve effects as though they were moved by a dice. The tokens run out after 6 rounds. Reinforcements have arrived. Wow, that is rough. That is rough. Havana, whenever you remove a worker die with no effect, you can install an exhausted robot with the same value in its space. Whenever you use a robot die, remove it. Oh, that's nasty. And then the reporter allows you to advance 1 space on the research track as long as its value is 3 or less, so that's really helpful. Each of these characters have abilities that are used exactly once during the entire game. You cannot use them a second time. And Jackson Moss increased 2 worker dice placed or unplaced by 1. And then at the beginning of the rooms phase, you may return the highest ship to the mothership. If there is a tie, you choose. That's kind of helpful. And this one is Battle for the Sky. Place the orange ship and 1 white ship on the mothership to be spawned at the end of the first round. Orange ship follows standard rules for purple ships. Effectively, you're facing 6 regular ships in this scenario. That is nasty. That is just nasty. So with this one, we're facing one less dice for the first 6 rounds, but we have the advantage of not getting a little boost on our research. And then on this one, we're going to face 2 extra ships at the very beginning, and we'll have an extra ship over throughout the entire thing. But we can constantly move the higher ship back up to the mothership, which is somewhat helpful. All right, so the question is, which do we want to do? I kind of want to do the reporter one because I feel like this is going to be difficult. So, unfortunately, we heard the colonel and we're not able to respond. So, Rio de Janeiro was blown up by aliens. It's very sad. But our first city is going to be, let's do this on screen, dipstick, Havana. We're going to be playing the mission Reinforcements. And we're going to be getting some help from Samantha Legrand. All right. So that is our start, and there's space in here for everything that you go through. So we're going to put that off to the side. We'll see how the game goes. So unfortunately, boom, so long. Rio de Janeiro. We'll put this back in the box. Let me find a good spot for this. I'll put this up here. So it should be visible on screen. And then we'll put the reporter next to there, so that's still visible on screen. And then Havana is our city. Now, you'll notice each city has a pair of letters next to it. These pair of letters determine its headquarters. There are a total of 7 in the game. And the base game includes cities that use A, B, and C. D is introduced for this one. So we're going to have A and D as our two components. And it's A on top of D, like this. Then we're going to build our city. Now, when you're building the city, there are 2 sides to every one of these. You'll see what I mean about just the enormity of this game in terms of vertical height. There we go. Being very precise here. And there are some components that come along with future chapters. So this will come out for chapter 2. This will come out for chapter 3. And this will come out for chapter 4, where it gets really, really nasty. With each of these, you can reverse it so that you're playing with a more difficult side. For example, that has a lot more places where you spawn ships. And basically, this increases the difficulty level overall. I am going to play on this side because I'm a wimp and I don't like tough challenges. As we all know, we have already found that out by watching this channel. All right, but there is our base. And what's going to happen is that we're going to, each round, this is going to continue to descend. So this will start here, but after the first round, this will come down 1, 2, 3, 4. If it gets down to here, game is over. So I think, yeah, if it starts to appear in the upper right, we're screwed. So there's a bunch of components to this. So let's go ahead and break these out. We've got our dice. We've got our regular dice, which we'll put right here. I'll try to keep that. Let's get a little dice tray for those. We've got our ships. These will go onto the mothership up top here. And we'll also keep some white ships at the ready. White ships will come out if they're spawned. If you land on, if the mothership reaches this, it will spawn a white ship out to here, and that means that ship will come out at the end of the round. We don't want that. These are going to be our robot dice. These robot dice are used if we ever manage to get into one of these spots. We then create a robot dice that's inactive on another cell. So I can take this 6, for example, and move it here. And then as the game goes on, I can continue to use this for lessening effect each time. But it's a nice way to get some additional help in there. We're going to have our little rover here. That's going to go on the spot here. And essentially, we can only access rooms that are above the rover. So this rover, you have as an option, you can continue to move this through the headquarters, and it'll open up future rooms. And you kind of need to get it down to about here over the course of the game. Otherwise, you'll never get enough research to do it. We're going to put our little damage here. But if we ever get down to the skull here in terms of damage, we're dead. We've got our power track, which starts at 2, and our science research track, which starts at 0. We know nothing about these things. The orange one will be used later. And then finally, we're going to take these, as per the instructions of the game, we're going to take one of our gray dice, put this up here, and we'll go ahead and just, that should be a good shuffling of them. There we go. So we'll reveal one of those each round, and that will help move things down. Now the dice, you'll notice that there are different colors. The gray dice are regular, but the white dice, if you use a white dice, you have to re-roll all your remaining dice. So if I have a really great roll, like that actually would have been really good. That's stupid me. And I decide to use the 6 on, say, energy, on research, I then have to re-roll everything else. So it's important to sort of plan your decisions around that. Now, in addition to that, when you place a dice, like let's say I place a 1 here, this ship will move 1 down. Now, if you place it in one of the early rooms up top here, it will move down 1 less. So if you have a 1 and you put it here, it stays on the mothership, which is kind of nice. But if you play it anywhere else, you'll have to do the full amount. Now, let's say you do a 6 here, and let's say we do a 3 here. 3 is going to come down here. That's going to push the mothership down. If we were to do it 4, that'll put it in a spot where it can be blown up. If you land on this pink arrow, it will move 1 to the left, and on this blue arrow, it will move 1 to the right, if it can. If there's already another ship there, it won't move. So if it's like that, it can't move on to there. So it'll just stop. Same way here, it'll just stop. You can easily end up with columns that have no ships in them, which is nice. It gives you a space to put your higher value dice. The numbered spots indicate where you can blow ships up. And when you attack, let's say I've got a 6 here. It's got a -1, so it'll actually adjust it down to 5. But this will allow me for 1 energy, blow up any ship that's on a spot that's 5 or less. So if I have ships here, 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 and here, they all blow up, which is really nice. And that's pretty much it. This will spawn a white ship that will come out at the end of the turn. This will move our thing back twice. This will move us back 1 down the track, which is horrible. If the mothership is caused to, if you cause the mothership to descend by one of these white spaces here, you don't do the thing on the right. It's only during the mothership phase that happens. So there are 3 phases: dice phase, room phase, mothership phase. We'll go through those as we go. But for now, let's go ahead and get started. And let's see if we can't save the Earth. And I think it's going to be interesting to try to figure out when to do this. And I think this is probably going to be, like, if we get to here, we're going to use her to catapult up to the 11. I think she's not going to be of much use until late in the game. All right, so we got, oh, that is horrible. All right, so off to a good start. Oh, and when do I reveal? At the start of each round, so we have to reveal it now. So 1, we'll have 1 that comes down 1. All right. Well, we can make sure that none of the ships really descend. We need energy. We kind of need energy quick. I wouldn't mind also getting a boost, but we also need to get this moving along. So I think what we need to do, I'd like to try to get a 4, 5, or 6 over here. I think what I want to do is I want to do the low end one here. I think I want to get this. I want to get one of these at least onto a spot where it's not going to move. So I'm going to do the one here. I'm going to keep these two open. We're probably going to do the excavation over here to the left, and we'll use the one on the other one. I think that's probably my best bet. Hopefully I can get a 4 or a 6 here. That's nasty. We'll do a 4 here into the energy so that we actually get some energy. This will move this 4 down to here. So let's do it on this side, because that will move this right here. That'll move it 1 before. Now, we just used a white dice, so now we have to re-roll. And we get a 4 and a 2. So we'll do the other 4 here. That at least is going to give us a nice amount of energy to start off with. And we do get to re-roll this as well. We kind of need to get this moving, and so we're going to need a 4 or better. 1. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so that sucked. We're just going to go ahead and put that there. Doesn't really matter. We didn't get this moving at all. We suck. But we are going to move that down 1 because we get rid of that. These other 2 came down 4. But the only thing that we're really going to do is give ourselves 5 energy, so we've maxed out on energy. We're now going to clear the dice. So now that we've completed the rooms phase, now we are going to start the mothership phase. That sucks. So the mothership is going to come down 1. It basically is going to pick that ship up and come down, but it's also going to spawn a white ship in one of these extra spaces here, so we'll put it over here. Actually, let's put it right there. So I have a cunning plan. And so now we start 2. We did absolutely as little as we could. So first of all, we're going to reveal the next one. The next one's going to be 4. All right, we got 6, 4, 4, and 2. So now we've got a good situation where we've got a really high value dice. We can actually get this ship moving. And I think I kind of want to go with the 6. If I do the 6, though, there's no way to destroy any ships. This is not going to be revealed until then, until I actually move this. So I'm going to be kind of stuck. So I think what I want to do is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I will go ahead and do this. That to just simply move the ship along. That's going to move this down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have to re-roll the other dice. All right, that's good. We've got a 5. I'm going to go ahead and do that here. Except that's going to push the ship down. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 2 here. Push this down by 1. All right, well, that was even worse. I'm not doing a good job here. Let's do this as 3. 1, 2, 3. And we'll do this as 3. And we're going to do it here. We're not going to be able to use it at all. Actually, let's do it here so that they only come down 2. Maybe we can blow both of them up on the next turn. All right, so that was it. That was horrible. I'm doing a very bad job. I think I'm letting Samantha and Havana down. Havana. Very, very bad. So that gets rid of the 4. And I forgot to bring this down by 4. So this was the unused column. So that's now down by 4. So that's done. So now these 2 come out. Were not used at all. We do go up 3 for science. And that's as far as we go. We do manage to get this down here. So yay. Which is good because now this is going to come down by 1. And we're going to send this back by 2. So yay. All right. So let's go ahead and start the next round. Now the game is over instantly as soon as you hit that top number there. So we're going to have something come down by 3, which I think I'd ideally like that to be this column over here or this column here. So let's take a look. Actually, if we get a 6 here, I think that's my best bet. All right, we did not get a 6. Where can we go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this number, by the way, does not have to be. It can be, as long as it's enough to get the rover pushed that far, you're fine. So I could put this 5 here and it'll still work. It's going to move the rover 4 spaces, but I want it over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 4. If I put this 4 here, I will beat up anything with a 3, and I don't want to do that. I think I want to do a 4 here and just keep this minimal. I just rolled these by accident. I'm going to do the 1 here so that it will not affect. That was stupid. 6. Got a 6. Awesome. Okay, so this is going to cause me to lose energy. Oh, and I think I forgot to lose energy for the rover. So that, apologize for that. All right, so now we go on to the room phase. We still have this column to bring somebody down by 3. And now we are going to, first of all, move this along for 1. These 2 come out. This, unfortunately, there's a -1 there, so this is going to be 5 instead of 6, which is unfortunate because we have 1 here that I would really like to have blown up. In fact, if we had moved, I should have put the 1 here. I should have put the 1 here. We're going to mulligan because I'm already doing badly at this. I'm going to consider the 1 to have been here so that these both move down by 1. There we go. Sorry. I know. I shouldn't mulligan. But this blows up everything that is on a 5 or less. It doesn't blow this one up, but these all go away, as does this, and as does this. And this one does not come back to the mothership, so that's nice, because we're going to get 1 anyway. So, and then that comes down by 1. So there we go. Sorry for the mulligan, but I'm doing very badly. So, yeah. All right, so the 3 goes away. We still have the 2, 5, and the 6 to come down. This is going to come 1 down, and we're going to get another mothership, another white ship. All right, let's go ahead and start rolling. So we got some good dice there. I have a feeling we're gonna get hit this round. I think. Got a 2. Kind of want the 2 to be this column so I can land it on the 4. We're going to start with this 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to just move that all the way down. This ship will be here. This will be here. This will be here. And then the white ship goes in the one that is the lowest. So it should be that one. So then 6 here means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't land on anything. We have a 1 here that is kind of useless. Trying to see where else I can go. What else I'm going to be doing. So I've got the 2, and if I save it for this column, it's going to make it so that these are both on blow-upable spaces. However, that means I need to get 2 here. And then the other one, I think I just need to have up here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's see. This is going to have to be a fairly high number. We're going to do 1 here so that I keep this controlled. We're then going to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do the 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means that we have to re-roll this dice. We got a 2. So unfortunately that wasn't great. Actually, no, that's fine. We're going to put that here. That will cause it to come down by 1, so it's on a blow-upable space. All right, so now we're going to do our rooms phase. We are going to move this along down to here. That puts us at 3 energy. We're going to use this. This just goes away. The other ships that had to come down were this one, so really need to remember to do that. We have a 5 and a 6 remaining. That's going to be nasty. And then this will blow up anything that has 7 on it. So we're going to blow, neither of these blow up, but this blows up, this blows up, this blows up, and this blows up. So we're doing pretty good in terms of blowing things up. Those go away, and then the mothership descends, and there's nothing on this one that's really going to kick in. We're doing horrible on this track, by the way. This is the winning track. This is where you win the game, and we've done nothing so far. So now we've got to start doing, we've got to basically start focusing on energy and research. All right, so Let's go ahead and roll these. Got 2, 1, 6, 6. This is going to be a 6, so something is going to come down by 6. I think at this point we need energy, first of all. We need energy and we need research. So I think what I want to do, this research is the best room for that because I can get a +2 on that. I kind of feel like I need to get this energy then because that's the only energy that's left. So we'll do 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to move that over by 1. Let's make sure that that's what I want to do. If I do 2 somewhere else, would that help? No, because that's going to move that down. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to suck it up. 1, so that'll move here. That's a bummer. And then we'll do 6. We've got a 1, 2. Oh, and I forgot to add these to their columns. Sorry. There we go. I really want that 6 here, but then I want to use, I'm going to go ahead and do the 2 here, which is not good because that's going to crash into our city. And then that leaves 1 and 6. So I'm going to do the 6 here, which is going to send this down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we got another 6. So now we're going to get we're going to get 6 energy out of this. We're going to boost all the way back up. We'll need 2 for that. We'll need to dig. I think that's actually what I need to do is I need to do the rest of this for digging purposes. Because I need to get the 11 on a single thing, and I need this room for that. So I think no matter what, I have to move this one by 6. They're both going to move 6, no matter what. So I might as well get as much distance as I can from the room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is not looking good. But we now get to do the rooms phase. That goes away. We're going to get 6 energy out of this. We then can use the room excavator for 1. And we can use research for 2. That's going to give us 8 research. 3, 1, 3, 1. That brings us all the way up here. What's really nice about that is that got us a whole bunch of steps up. You can't do a partial. So like let's say I were here and I had 8. I could only get this far. It wouldn't be enough to get past that 3. So that is a plus that we managed to get up that many tracks at once. The mothership is now going to descend. We're going to add another ship to this. There's nothing in this column, so that's where it will appear. We have 1 dice left. That's the 5, and then we'll finally get our 5th dice back. We've not used the Havana ability at all. So, all right. So we got 5, 2. All right. We need research. I also kind of want to blow things up. If I did a 5 here, that would be nice. I could also do a 6 here. And as long as I got a 1 into this spot, that's going to stay where it is. And then leave this empty for the 5. So I think what I want to do is this. I want to clear out some of these ships before I then start doing research again. So we're going to do, well, I can't, that's, where do I go? Where do we go now? Where do we go now? I'm going to go 5 here. That's going to move this down to this 5. I'm going to do 6. Where was I going to do the 6? I was going to do the 6 here. That'll move this down to here. We now re-roll the dice. All right, good. I got a 1 and a 3. Now the 3, if I do the 3 now, I can move this down to here. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this down here so we get the ship moved along. This will bring this down to here. We'll do the 1 here so these don't move. And then we'll do the 5 as this column. And then that's good. That's good. That's good. I think that's going to be good. All right, so now we're going to do the room phase. This goes away. We finally get the dice on the next round. And I think it's the next round. Yeah, I think it's the next round. It's not entirely clear, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. So that just goes away. This is going to be dug out for 1. This is going to go down by 1 and blow up anything that is on a 6 or less. And that's a lot. That's all of these ships. So yay. These will all go here. And then finally, we're going to use the last of our energy to bring this up by 5. So that's a really good boost. We now get this back. This is going to come down by 1. This is going to go back 1, which is not great, but we still have our bottom room available. So now we haven't taken any damage yet, which is good. But now we've basically got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more turns to get all the way the rest up this track. We need to get energy. We need to get research. So that is where our priority needs to be. Damage be damned. All right, we got 6 for a bunch of stuff. Okay, so I think what I want to do is I want to just go ahead. If I do 6 here, that's going to send this down to descend the mothership, and I don't want to do that. And if I do 6 here, we're either going to lose a ship or we're going to land on that 4, which is not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 6 and 3 to get some energy going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we can do some research. I could go here. This big room here. This is going to use up 3 energy, and it's going to give me a robot, which will be really helpful. That doesn't have to obey the column restraints. I like that idea, but we've got kind of crappy stuff in here right now. I'm going to do the 4 here. What that's going to do is that's going to move this down here, but it can't move over 1. And then we have to re-roll these dice. We got a 6. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 6 here because we need to get a lot of research done now. And I'm going to go ahead and kick in Samantha's ability now, because this will put me up to here at the end of it. Because I'll get a plus 11. I'll get plus 11 research. So if I move up, if I don't move this up now, I can't get to this 6. I can only move up this 6, so a bunch of it is wasted. But if I do it now I'll go up to here and be that much closer to being done. So then I move this down 6. And did I already move this down 4? I think I already moved that down 4. And then I have this 4 remaining. Now the 4, unfortunately, doesn't really feel like it can do anything helpful. If I put it here, it's not really gonna be of any use. I may as well go ahead and get some energy out of this. I could also do research. Am I gonna have enough energy for research? I'll have 6 energy total. This will use up 5 of it. I think that's not the worst idea in the world. Whereas if I do it here, then it's all, yeah. Let's get the energy first. So this will come down by 4. And now we go on to the rooms phase. So this is going to boost us up by 6. This is going to use 3. We're going to basically get 11 research out of this. So this will pump us all the way up to here. Now we also get a robot. It's going to be a value 6. And we can decide where to put it. And I think where I want to put it is I just simply want to put it on an energy space. So after I use this 4, I will go ahead and replace it with a robot of value 6. And that means on the next turn it will activate. And I get to start using this to basically keep my energy supplies up. That's actually really useful. I could also put this here like this. This will give me a way to continue to destroy things, but for this to have an effect, like I can't move any of these along, and that would just kind of suck. So now the other thing that's really helpful is because this is coming down by 1, we're going to lower the research track by 1. That means I don't have to redo the 6, I have to redo the 1. So that's really helpful that I got up that high. It really hurts when you have to go down like that and then you lose that. But that's actually not a bad spot to lose. If I had gone one more up, I'd be right down here. I'd be right back where I started. So I think this is probably the best spot for me. So now, if we look at this, the remaining 11 I can't get with 1, but I can try to finish this up in two turns, and I think that's going to be my best bet. But this did come down 1. We have not blown up anything, but we do have a way to blow things up now. So let's see what we get. We got a lot of high values. We're going to go ahead and do, if I do 5 here, this will help me get another robot. And I think I can actually blow some stuff up. I'm going to do the 1 here. This is going to blow this up and this up. However, that does use up these. So before I do the 1, I'm going to take this 4. Is there someplace I can put the 4? If I'm going to get 6 out of this, I can just go ahead and take the hit here. And if I'm going to do that, I might as well do the 5. So let's think about this. I'm going to do 6 energy. I'm not going to have to worry about energy there. Give me a moment, give me a moment, give me a moment. I can figure this out. I can figure this out. So what I'm looking at is 7, 6 or 7, 3 or 4. I think no matter what, I'm looking at getting to this spot on the next turn if I do all those. I don't think there's any other way around that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't think it really makes a difference, but it does. If I do the 4 here, it allows me to get this here and blow it up. And if I do the 5 here, this will come down. It will go back up here. I do take damage. And then that leaves the 4 and the 1. I'm going to do the 1 here so well, that's not going to stay in place no matter what. So that was kind of a stupid decision. We're going to keep this where it is, and we're going to reroll this, which means I probably should have done the 5 here. Let's do the 5 there, because it's just going to blow us up no matter what. All right, we got a 5. All right, so that basically 6 of one, half a dozen of the other ended up being the same thing. All right, so now the rooms phase. We get rid of those 2. This is going to blow up everything that's on a 6 or lower. That's all the ships. All of the ships are now destroyed. This becomes a 5, but we rotate it so it looks like, so it's clear that it's not being used. We now have a 4, 5, and 11. Sorry, we have a 3, a 7, and 11. Let's see if there's a way that we can get that 11, and I don't think that there is. If we do the 11 as is, so pretty much I think no matter what, we're at the 3. I don't think that there's any way to get beyond that. Because both the 3 and the 7, neither are, like the 3 is not enough to get to this 3 here. The 7 is not enough to get to this 5. Had I switched those around and had a 4 and 6, I could have gotten up here, but then I still wouldn't have been able to get past that. So no matter what, I'm here at this point. I need one more turn to go. And all of the ships have now hit here, so I really don't care where they end up. And we were right here. It's going to come down by 1. I also need to make sure I use all the energy that I was supposed to have used. There was 6 energy total. 3 for here, 2 for here, 1 for here. So all the energy's been used. We have a bunch of ships. They're basically re-bracing for attack. And we need to get an 11. So, I only care about energy. Getting enough energy to get this research station in motion. So, there's going to be a 3 here. 1, 2, 3. We re-roll all the dice. Re-roll all the dice. We need 5s and 6s. All right, we got a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got a 3, 3, and 2. None of those are enough to get the 11 that we need. So we're going to have to re-roll again. Guess we'll go here just in case we can get some energy out of this. 1, 2, 3. Re-roll these dice, and what we're hoping here is for a 5, 5, or 6. All right, we got it. We got it. Game over, man. Game over. We're gonna do the 5 actually, because I don't want the 6 on 5 on this column. That's gonna make it the mothership descend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to do the 6. It doesn't really matter where we do the 6, but I'll do it here because this will actually blow up some ships right at the end. Actually, we'll do it here so we have enough energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will move over 1. And now we finally get to do our last move. We have the 5 that's on here. That's not enough to blow anything up because they're all on 6s. That's okay because we're going to get 3 energy from this. We're going to get 6 energy from this. So that's just going to blow us out of the water. And then we're going to get that last bit of research, and we have successfully defended Havana against the alien invasion with a brief mulligan in the middle, so feel free to asterisk this win if you want. But that is the end of the game. We have saved Havana. Now we're going to go on to figure out what other city we still need to save. And that has been that's been Under Falling Skies. I love this game. I think this is a great game. It's a wonderful... it really does capture Space Invaders, the space feel of Space Invaders. But that's neither here nor there. I'll see you tomorrow, and ciao, everybody.